Well, Liz, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kevin.
So, you are a blue lanyard person. You're GemStone.
I play GemStone IV.
Okay, so how long have you been playing?
So, I'd say off and on since the mid-90s. I started playing when I was about 12 to 13. Stopped for a long time when I was a broke college kid. Picked it back up as an adult. I've been back for about 10 years.
Okay, so how long altogether if you count your early high school experience?
I guess I would have been about 5 years, so 15-ish. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I guess before we jump into that, I want to ask you, where are you from?
I am actually from Missouri, so I grew up in mid-Missouri. Family is from St. Louis, so I'm very familiar with the SimuCon headquarters city, and I'm glad to be home, basically.
All right. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Are you doing anything else in St. Louis while you're here?
I visited my parents, checked that off my list. Now I'm here, and the rest of the time is for the friends.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. So, tell me about your character.
My character's name is Maylan. She is a pauper. She doesn't have a lot of money. She makes her living mopping floors. She's not the cleanest person, I would say. In fact, she's pretty filthy. She's missing a leg. She has one leg. So she walks around with a peg leg, and to make things more convenient for herself, her mop is attached to the bottom of her leg. So her job is pretty easy. She just walks around and mops, making a few silvers as she goes.
So you're a pauper. You've been playing for 10 years since you're back. Mm-hmm. Haven't come in any money during that time?
I mean, I would say behind the scenes, yes, I have developed a lot of resources over the years, but front facing, let's just say it's very expensive to look that poor.
So one leg, is that just purely role play, or does it affect the gameplay mechanics at all? Or
purely role play?
Okay.
Purely role play.
So why a one leg character?
So my father is actually an amputee, so I did it kind of as an homage to him. He lost his leg in a mountain climbing accident, and so someone gifted me a peg leg, and I just decided to make it central to my character, and I kind of think of him every time I see it in a good way.
Well, that's great. No, it's a way to sort of bring the real life into the game, right?
Yes, that's right.
Is that important to you?
Very important to me. I feel like playing Maylan in a lot of ways is a catharsis for me, because where I have to be very healthy and zipped up and socially responsible, she doesn't have any of those problems. She can just eat whatever she wants, drink whatever she wants, look however she wants. So it can be kind of fun and liberating.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
When you're also at a convention where I hear there's going to be a lot of drinking and partying as well.
Sure. Yes. So maybe I'll do some live role play of Maylan the character while I'm here.
Really?
No.
Okay. Is that a thing that's happened at past SimuCons, or?
Not that I've noticed. I mean, we have occasional costume contests, or we have had some. Okay, I take that back. We did have some live role play. Kind of murder mystery games, but we weren't.
They're doing that this time too, I think.
I don't know. We're doing the '80s thing this time, but in the past, you don't play your character. You play kind of a preset role that you either pick or is given to you. So not a direct. I've never directly live role played my character.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Well, actually, tell me about your character, your background, your story. So you're a pauper. It's very expensive to look like one. Yeah. So, tell me what's your character's journey? What's their arc? What are they looking forward to? What are they?
So, Maylan is a race called Elanthia, and their history is that they come from a different planet. So she is technically an alien, and on her home planet, they were enslaved by a race of insectoid hive mind overseers, and so they made my character's race mine, and very poor conditions. Eventually, my character's race was liberated with a big event in the game. So she came through the portal. She's living her best life now in Elanthia, and her goal in life is just to survive and chill out.
Do you play Dragon Realms as well, or?
I do not. I played it for maybe a day. I remember when it was created, because GemStone kind of predates it. So I remember when it was announced, and I checked it out when it was available, but something just pulls me back to GemStone. I think it was my first love, greatest love, so I stick with it.
Okay. Are there any major events happening in the world right now? Or
In the world right now, well, we are about to enter our big festival for August, which is called Duskruin, and so that's very popular with a lot of players. It is an optional pay event, so you pay in to purchase the goods of your choice, and I anticipate grinding a lot of Duskruin Arena, which is a combat arena.
so player versus player?
Not player versus player. I'd say actually one of the big distinguishing factors between GemStone and Dragon Realms is that Dragon Realms is more balanced for a player versus player experience, and GemStone would be more balanced for a player versus environment experience.
Okay. I've actually heard that before.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the text-based gameplay?
I feel like playing a text-based game makes me the author of my own experience and allows my imagination to come to fruition in a way a graphical experience does not allow with the current technology in place.
So what is something that you can do in this world, the text-based world, that you can't do in the video games, or that you'd like to do in the video games that you can't?
I'd say the ability to customize my character to the level that I have is not available in any graphical experience that I have seen so far. But I was actually just discussing this with a friend about what sets GemStone and Dragon Realms apart from modern gaming experiences, and that would be the level of game master or staff involvement, really creating curated experiences for us, and they're the ones that allow some of the extreme customization to take place. So you can take an item and you can take it to a game master and say, I would like the item to look like this instead of this. So I would like my peg leg to have a mop attached to it, and within reason they'll make it happen.
Is that the live alterations they're doing here?
Live alterations, yes, would be a standard alteration that's available pretty frequently in the game experience. So that's what that is.
Am I spelling your name right?
Yeah. Yep, that's
And
correct.
I'll put from the GemStone community. I've had some technical problems throughout the convention, so.
Par for the course. Part of doing business.
Should I post it in the GemStone Discord too, or?
If you'd like to, sure.
Or I don't want to get in trouble for like self-promoting.
I think people do announce when they stream from time to time, so I think you should be okay.
Okay. In general or somewhere else?
General would be, general.
And I guess I'll put it on here too. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Do you?
All right. So, role-playing. Role-playing is a big part of the game. It's obviously a big part of your personal character and personal experience with it.
Yes. Roleplay, I think, is my favorite part of the game, personally.
What does it look like when you are playing with these people online?
What does it look like when I'm playing with people online?
Let's start with the role-playing. I'm sorry.
Sure. I'd say it looks like being a part of a cooperative story being co-authored by everyone playing along with you. And it's fun. You should try it if you haven't tried it yet. What are you waiting for?
Now, there's also another aspect. We don't have to talk about it, but the ERP experience.
The ERP experience, yes.
So that's a thing in the game. Is that something you've experienced at all or talked about? Or?
Yeah, it's definitely a part of the game. I would say at this age and where I'm at in life, it's not something I'm particularly interested in. Maylan is not married. She's not in a relationship, and that's the way I plan to keep it. So for me, my comfort level would not be dabbling in that. So personally.
And marriages, it's an aspect of Dragon Realms. It's in GemStone too, I believe, yes?
Yes. And you can purchase marriage packages that are pretty advanced where you, again, allowing for more customization. You get special verbs with your spouse. You can design your own wedding attire. You can design a lot of your ceremony experience, and they're pretty fun to participate in as a guest. So,
What's that like going to a mud wedding?
Going to a mud wedding. You want to bring a gift. So you bring a gift, and it starts out with kind of people mingling about, and then there'll be a ceremony, and the couple has kind of picked their theme environment for the wedding. So there's different wedding venues you can choose from. So they do the ceremony either with an automated attendant, officiant, or a friend who is acting as officiant for them. So then they do the romance thing, and then afterwards you have a party, and that's the best part, is the party.
The party sounds pretty fun. I hear the party tonight was pretty baller too.
Live at SimuCon?
Yes.
Yes, it's the best party, and you should be here. And if you're not here, what are you doing wrong? Come next year. It's the best.
All right, so player versus player. So you said there's not as much PvP really with the gemstone stuff.
Yes, that's correct. So GemStone IV, I would say, is really not balanced for a player versus player experience. And we do make a distinction in GemStone between character versus character conflict and combat, and player versus player conflict and combat. Character versus character is a consensual role play experience where you're having a conflict with another character and you want to take it into combat. Player versus player is against the rules. It is non-consensual and not role play based. And so then you would take it it would be a staff issue at that point. So don't do it without consent. Consent is key.
Is there like player housing or anything like that?
There is, and it's actually quite the hot topic among GemStone players, the player housing situation. There's a couple different housing solutions to pick from, some being extremely rare and expensive, and some being very commonplace and readily available, but offering less functionality and less opportunity for customization.
Okay, does Dragon Realms have that too, or is that just a GemStone exclusive?
I understand they do have housing, and I understand that their standard housing kind of has some options available that may not be in GemStone, like storage capabilities. If you place something in your house in Dragon Realms, it will stay. Last I heard. Don't quote me.
Okay.
So,
well, I am quoting you, I guess, technically.
Okay,
right?
so it's just recorded for all time. No big deal.
All right. Well, where do you see the future of the game? And you can answer this obviously two different ways, right? The in-game universe, where do you see that going? And then also the future of the game as a commercial product, as a experience for the players.
You know, the game is expanding every day with additional systems. I was speaking again to a friend the other day about GemStone, and we were both reflecting on there are entire aspects of the game neither of us have tried yet, and that will probably continue to be the case for the life of our playtime. There's so much to do in GemStone, so there's something for everyone. And if you're into one aspect of the game versus another, odds are eventually that aspect of the game is going to be expanded upon for you. For me, it's crafting and the artisan stuff, and that is just expanded completely every day. They're always coming up with new systems, new creative outlets. So I see a furthering of that, lots of expansion. As a commercial space, you would think that MUDs have a shelf life, but I think we've proven to withstand the test of time as an industry, being MUDs. We offer something modern gaming cannot offer, and we will continue to offer that. And so I think we will continue to exist as a very niche sector in the space.
Okay, I hope so. I really do.
Yeah.
And you said crafting. You're into crafting. What is the crafting mechanics like?
Well, first of all, I want to plug my panel tomorrow at 5 p.m. While it will not be live streamed, there will be an opportunity to log in and ask questions over the GemStone Discord town hall. So one of our game masters will be relaying your questions and answers, and that will be happening live 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Crafting is, to me, the most creative outlet that GemStone has to offer. You take some materials and you transform them into something else. It's like a mini cozy genre game within GemStone, like Animal Crossing or, one of those kind of games. That's what I like about it. I like the cozy aspect. I like playing house.
Last year, people told me about, I forget what it's called, so please correct me. I'm sure you know. There's like a mini game too, where it's like Pokemon almost.
Oh, yeah, Spirit Beast. See,
Spirit
again,
Beast.
this goes back to what I was saying about how there's so many experiences in Gemstone that odds are you've not tried them all, nor will you. Spirit Beast, yes, is Gemstone Pokemon. You find little critters, you train them up, and they battle each other, and you can gain experience and other rewards for that system. I think you can outfit them too. You can buy little mini outfits for them.
That's cute. All right. Any wild stories from the game?
Wild stories from the game. My favorite is going back to the ERP question and how sometimes it leaks out of the private space and into the public space.
Like right now.
Like, yeah, look at all the naked people around us. It's wild out there, folks. You would not believe your eyes. I mean, it is pandemonium out there. I can't believe it.
Are you involved with the challenge?
I am not involved in the challenge. But anyway, yeah, my wild story is just seeing accidental things that were meant to be private becoming not so private by mistyping, misannouncing, things like that.
So what was usually like the community reaction when this mistype happens?
Humor and quickly screen grabbing and recording for the mistype for all time.
Okay, all
for
right.
Our collective amusement.
I do like that. I hear there's a lot of internal, not drama. I mean, I guess there's probably that too sometimes, but a lot of it's a tight knit community. I'm going for this most. I don't know about everybody, but like people seem to know each other.
Yeah.
And so they've been playing for years.
Yeah.
So they all know each other's. I guess they know each other's like proclivities and stuff. I guess is that fair to say or no?
Absolutely, I think so.
Okay.
In character and out of character, and I think a lot of the drama happens when the two bleed into one another. We're not always good as a community of keeping that line separate. I think we could do better with that.
What would you propose? Like, what do you think is the problem?
You know, sometimes I think it's just easy to forget that we're playing a game and it's meant to be fun. So I think sometimes we just get wrapped up in what's happening around us and we forget that it's just meant to be lighthearted fun. And if we keep that in mind, I think it could alleviate a lot of issues.
Sort of remember the human being on the other side of the computer.
Remember the human being and don't forget to have fun. Above all else, don't forget to have fun. It's my advice.
Always good to have fun.
Always have fun.
Speaking of fun, any wild stories from SimuCon?
One person here, who I will not say their name, has been known to fall asleep in odd locations, like stairwells or under trees or in other non-bed situations. So we'll see if that happens again this year. It happened the last time they were here. So who knows?
Well, it's a lot of alcohol involved, I guess.
A lot of alcohol involved.
Yeah. Sometimes you just can't make it back, you know. You just gotta collapse wherever you're at. Tree, though. How do you go outside? I mean, that's
good question. You know, if the problem is you can't find your bed, the solution is to make your bed where it's at.
Well, there you go.
And plop down.
Practical solutions. So scripting is an aspect of the game.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
Scripting, I think, is critical to the survivability and longevity of our game. I don't believe Gemstone, as we know it today, would exist without a lot of the scripting additions that our player community has developed over the years. There are bad aspects to scripting as well. It can be abused, it can be misused, it can be disruptive. But I think overall, it's been an overwhelmingly positive influence on the community, is my opinion. I think if you ask different folks this question, you'll find very different answers.
Well, I plan to, so that should be
good.
Interesting to see what the diversity of perspectives are.
Yeah.
There's also monetization. It's a commercial product. What do you think of the monetization strategy and approach they've been taking?
Again, I wouldn't say I love it, but I also see it as a necessary component to our continued longevity. I do think they could make some adjustments on some of the pricing, especially in the mechanical realm. You know, other games you see in the space tend to price out cosmetics and mechanics are kind of included for free. I think that ship has sailed. We can't go in that direction, but I would kind of like to see some balancing out of prices for gear, basically.
In terms of
bring it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Now, again, I told you the politics section's optional, so it's entirely up to you. We can skip them, or if you have thoughts on like the election and stuff, we can talk about it. It's up to you.
Well, okay, let's go there.
Okay.
It's on.
First, do you want to talk about your political views or philosophy?
I would skew pretty liberal. My philosophy tends to be live and let live, and I typically vote Democrat.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on this upcoming election? Presumably, it's going to be Harris versus Trump.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that Harris is not my first pick, but she's my definitive pick.
Okay. Any particular reason you like her? Or?
I like her because she's the choice I was given, and I support it.
Okay.
Better than the alternative.
What are your top issues this election?
My top issues would be bodily autonomy for women, economy, and international relations.
Okay. Well, speaking of international relations, do you have any thoughts on the Russian invasion of Ukraine?
I think it should stop. They should all go home, take a chill pill. Those poor folks deserve a break in Ukraine. I don't know what Russia is doing or thinking, but they need to stop.
And do you have any thoughts on the Israel-Palestine conflict?
I do have some very dear friends who are Palestinian. My husband also hails from the Middle East, and so my heart goes out to Palestinians. My heart also goes out to Israeli folks. I support humane conditions for all involved, and I would like to see peace restored for both sides.
Okay, here's the piece. Do you play? Well, we kind of already talked about this, but are there any other MUDs you want to talk about?
You know, Simutronics used to develop other MUDs. I played Modus Operandi a lot back in the day, which was a MUD that was kind of like an island detective noir type of genre. I also did dabble in a lot of free MUDs in college since I couldn't afford GemStone. But to me, nothing matched the depth and level of GemStone, so I kind of gave those up and came back to GemStone. I'd probably still play Modus Operandi today if it was available, but it shut down a long time ago.
Yeah, I saw that used to be, well, so I'm a little bit of a nerd. I went like the Wayback Machine, like look at the past game. That was that one, and there was also, I think, Xena and Hercules?
Yes, Xena and Hercules. It was renamed Alliance of Heroes, something like that eventually because they lost the license to Xena and Hercules. So you should talk to that guy in the green shirt there. He used to be a game master for Xena and Hercules way long ago. So his name is Brian. Be sure to
definitely hit up Brian later.
Yes.
We're talking about you. all bad. Don't worry. So what made Modus Operandi so great? What was so different about it?
It was just a change of pace from typical fantasy role play. It was modern day genre, so when I got kind of tired of fantasy, I would hop over to Modus and check that out for a while. It's a different vibe, different feeling, very not combat focused, but role play focused, and it was fun.
Okay. Do you play other video games?
I play a lot of mostly single player. GemStone would be the only multiplayer I'm involved in right now. Really loved Baldur's Gate 3. Love the cozy style games, like I was saying.
Animal Crossing and stuff like that?
Yeah, Animal Crossing and stuff like that. I've been replaying Red Dead Redemption 2 lately. I'm looking forward to the next Dragon Age that's coming out this fall. There's going to be, so I'm pretty hyped for that. So yeah, those kind of games.
Baldur's Gate, I've not played it. The originals or the new one. But I've seen videos of people playing it on streams and stuff. It looks amazing. Especially, I don't know about the single player. It's amazing too. But I've seen like people like do like they get a group together and do like a RPG party basically.
Yeah.
And it looks like an incredible experience.
You know, it really aims to be Dungeons and Dragons in a video game environment with the co-op there. But I would say outside of GemStone, it's probably the best game I've ever played, hands down.
I definitely have to pick it up.
So you gotta try it.
I do. Everyone says that too.
Yeah, well, do it.
Yeah, I know. I should. Once it goes on sale on Steam, I probably pick it up.
It's worth full price. Look, if you're going to support any studio with a full price game, let it be Larion because they are the best.
Well,
Do it.
If we get enough super chats, maybe I'll have enough money to pay for it.
Donate so
Maybe.
this guy can get some Baldur's Gate 3 action going.
Absolutely. So do you want to talk about your other hobbies or interests?
Other hobbies and interests. I volunteer at an animal sanctuary usually once a week, so I'm really into that. I love goats. I love animals. I love reading. I love movies. I'm a geek. I like to exercise. I like happy hours a lot.
We're at the right place.
Yes. So that kind of stuff.
Okay. I didn't bring my own booze. Was that a horrible mistake?
I think you'll be fine. I'd be happy to grab you a hard seltzer after this interview concludes if you'd like.
I would take you up on that.
Okay. There is a bar out there that's open till I think 11 that you can grab some drinks at. But yeah, we've got you covered. Okay. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you. All right. So now it's the wild card section. It could be a crazy question. I'm going to warn you.
Oh, no.
So pick a couple if you'd like.
Okay.
Or up to 3, really. I don't really care.
All right. Let's see. The grim dark future of Warhammer 40K. I don't know. Henry Cavill is really hot, and he's developing the IP for I think a movie or a show.
Oh,
right? Didn't he buy it?
I'm not a 40K person, actually.
I'm not either.
I thought the audience might be, so I through it in there.
I like it because Henry likes it.
And you can make your own for other people in the future too.
I might do that. All right, one more, guys. One more. Okay. Scott Pilgrim and Ramona Flowers. I think indifferent. Whatever. I don't know. It wasn't for me. Maybe it's for you. I support you. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. I would rather watch Henry Cavill without his shirt on.
Let's look it up. All right. Henry Cavill Warhammer.
Shirtless. Put shirtless in there.
Oh.
Shirt, and then put it on image search. Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah. There you go.
My.
There you go.
Yes, I can see the appeal. Well, that's a kind of a blurry picture, but.
Best interview ever.
We need to invite him to SimuCon.
You do.
Okay.
I bet he would like GemStone a lot. I think this is right up his alley, personally.
Does he play games?
Yes, he's like the king of the geeks. He's really into Dungeons and Dragons. He's really into Warhammer. He bought Warhammer. He's The Witcher. He was really into The Witcher 3, which is why he starred in the show. So, yes, he is.
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so, but this has been a pleasure. I hope you all have a beautiful evening. And please come to SimuCon next year. It's a wonderful experience. You meet great people like Kevin here. We share a beverage. Thank you so much. Have a great night. And catch you on the flip side.
Yes, catch you on the flip side. I'll go find someone else to harass and bring them to you. Okay, Chad?
Yes. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.